Good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to the Allstate Hometown High School Football Game of the Week from Springfield High School as the Wildcats host the Beavers of Beavercreek. Tonight's football game is always being brought to you by your local Allstate agent, Jim Twiggs. Hello, everybody. Lee Riley along with you this evening. And, of course, as always tonight, it's Gary Littell who we're being joined with. Gary, what do you say we check out the keys to victory for the Beavercreek Beavers, brought to you by Dave Dale Chevrolet?
Well, for Beavercreek, first of all, they have to at least put those last 3 weeks behind them and refocus and move forward. And they also need to find a passing game. They're only throwing for 213 yards. And the defense cannot continue to give up over 40 points a game. Who are some of the players you like for Beavercreek?
Well, on offense, number 18, senior quarterback Nick Brown. Now, he leads the team in rushing and scoring. He just has to get some touchdown passes. Now, on defense, look for number 3. That is junior safety Jack Barnett. Leads the team in tackles with 32. Has 1 interception and a fumble recovery as well. Gary, what are some of the keys to victory for the Wildcats of Springfield?
Well, you've heard the old saying, and if it's not broken, don't fix it. All Springfield has to do is just mix it up a little bit more, and they have to execute. Start executing and being consistent. Also continue playing great defense, giving up only 11 points a game. And they need to keep their eyes on the prize, advancing to the playoffs for the 3rd time in 4 years. Who do you like for the Wildcats?
Well, on offense, he's a sophomore, number 8. Quarterback Tayshawn Smoot. I've been watching him throw here. What a rocket arm. He's thrown for 905 yards. That's good enough for 4th in the league, along with 9 TDs and only 1 interception. Now on defense, it's number 11, senior inside linebacker Zarius Stennett, who is 3rd in the league with 49 tackles. He only had 79 last year altogether. Now, what do you say we check out our weekly football poll, which is the Fans' Choice Weekend? And on that Fans' Choice Weekend, gave you a chance between the Wildcats and Beavercreek, as well as the Cougars of Kenton Ridge and Jonathan Alder. And 65%, as you can see, picked the Springfield ball game, 35% for Kenton Ridge. But don't let that fool you. We're going to have something for everybody.
Yeah, we're all winners in this tonight because we're going to have instant highlights tonight later on. So make sure you check this out on our website, www.facebook.com/local, and we will keep you posted.
Yes, we will. And we'll have more of the pregame as the teams will be taken to the field. We'll have our eyes on the officials and the opening kickoff as well. It is indeed the Allstate Hometown High School Game of the Week as Springfield hosts the Beavercreek Beavers on local TV for me, Sportsnet.
You're watching the Hometown High School Football Game of the Week on WRCX Television, brought to you by our local Allstate agent, Jim Twiggs. Tonight's game is also being brought to you by the Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons, Muffler Brothers of Springfield, Urbana, and Fairborn, and the IH Credit Union.
I'm drier, Lynn. I might smell like a spring breeze. I'll burn your house down.
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
It's time to eat, and you want great Mexican food with friendly service at a fair price. It's time for
My Mariachis.
With 3 convenient locations, you're never far away from a great meal at
My Mariachis.
Don't accept imitations. It's time for Springfield's Pharmacy is Harding Road Pharmacy, located 1.5 miles north of the hospital on North Plum Street and Harding Road. Harding Road Pharmacy has been locally owned since 1950.
We not only fill prescriptions that are ready when you are, but our friendly professional staff is always available to answer questions and provide free delivery. We're proud to serve our community, and we invite you to experience why Harding Road Pharmacy is Springfield's hometown pharmacy.
Harding Road Pharmacy is open 7 days a week for prescriptions that are ready when you are.
Tonight, Springfield Wildcats hosting the Beavercreek Beavers, and the teams, of course, is just coming out of their locker rooms right now across the field for us, the Beavercreek Beavers, and we're awaiting the arrival of the Springfield Wildcats. You can see them down there. They're just about ready to run down through the gauntlet and head out onto the field and pick up another victory tonight. Everybody's got their fingers crossed. We'll talk and take a look at where everybody is around the area a little bit later on to see who may and may not make it into the playoffs. So that's all coming your way and a lot of other stuff. Kind of taking their time, being led out by Larry Stevens. And now, here we go. The Wildcats of Springfield. Kind of opening some eyes this year, aren't they, Gary?
Well, they do every year, and that's the thing that's exciting about Springfield. And tonight's really important for them just to stay focused, because Beavercreek's kind of on the downside from where they've been in the past. But that doesn't matter because this is a big game for both of these teams. Yeah.
And you don't want it to be a trap game. You know, the kind of game where you go, we can beat them.
And they have to start fast. And we've talked about it before with Springfield. They don't really start that quickly, but they can finish in a big hurry with the quarterback with a big arm and with Stevens at the other end catching it. So they can, catch up pretty quickly, but they need to start right away and be consistent.
And we will, hold on, we're still waiting for the national anthem. And we will have that. Then we will take a look at our officials for tonight's football game. Boy, is this ideal weather or what?
Oh, it's beautiful, and the sun's just now setting, so nobody will have that right in their eyes.
Except me. I've always get a little bit worse than everybody else. We are just about ready to go with the national anthem. Springfield is lining up along the sidelines. Beavercreek over on the far side. That was fun, too, when we stopped at Beavercreek about a year or two ago. Very nice folks down there as well. This one should be a dandy tonight. No matter what the records are, Beavercreek looking to get off the schneid. They have lost their last 3 ball games, but they also seem to have lost the defense somewhere along the line. We'll talk more about that and a whole lot more after our national anthem.
Under the direction of Mr. Brad.
Just a beautiful, beautiful fall night, shall we, Gary? Let's check out our officials for tonight. Brought to you by the Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons. And who are those men in stripes going to be huffing and puffing tonight?
Well, the white hat's the main guy you want to check in because he's going to be giving us all the things that are going on down there. That's Carson Dixon. Our umpire is Adrian Johnson. Our linesman is Ryan George. The line judge, Hannah Keller. And the back judge is Jake Wells.
And Eyes on the Officials has been brought to you by the Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons, where seeing is believing. And the coin toss has already been, and this is kind of odd. Springfield won it.
First time this year we've seen that.
Yeah, but they decided to receive.
Yeah, they know this. I think everybody's deferred it all year long, but they want to start out. We were talking about earlier to start off, fast and get a good lead. And I think that's exactly what their plan is. And this should be fun because this is perfect weather after all that hot temperature that the Miami Valley's had over the past 3 days. It's beautiful. Actually, a little chilly here. People actually have jackets on probably for the first time.
Why?
Good shot of the sideline over here for Springfield. And the hospitality here is just terrific. Delapina, the AD here, just treats us so well, and it's a great place to be. The surroundings, if you can see in the background, the trees, it's gorgeous here. You really have a nice setting.
I've got a bone to pick. Since when is the interstate 90 miles an hour? Coming over here today, I had the cruise set on about 68. I might as well have been standing still.
Yeah, you probably should have left at noon.
I should have just walked. All right, it'll be Beavercreek kicking off, and it will be. Well, they're really lined up like, boy, this is going to be a short kick.
Well, we've seen that before.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doing that. Back to receive for Springfield is number 35 back there on one side, and that's Jeff Tolliver. And on the far side over there, you can see the other receiver waiting for this kickoff, and here it is.
Nick Crawford is going to kick it. Boy, this is just a little bloop kick. Comes down at about the 37-yard line, coming all the way across the field. If he can get the corner, he's got some running room. Got to 40, got to 30, got one man to beat down at the 10, tried to hurdle and just could not make it over the top. Larry Stevens was running that ball, number 5, and just took it all the way down the field.
Yeah, Larry Stevens, he's going to be seeing that ball all night. Watch this replay as he has one man to beat. Looking for a stiff arm here. He's got a good blocker ahead of him, and his arm's going to come up right there, and he goes, nope, the guy went down low like you should, and Stevens might have been able to hurdle that. But
that's what I was going to say,
That's a dangerous thing to do. Look where the ball's placed at the 7-yard line.
All right, here we are. You talk about field position, folks. The ball right now is at the 7-yard line. And everybody gathered around the coaching staff of Springfield. And we're just about ready to go. Here is a kid in the quarterback. He's a sophomore, Tayshawn Smoot. He's got a rocket for an arm. Man coming in motion. Tries to go to the right. No running room at all. Look out. He's got the corner. Looking at the pylon, and he is in. That is that little scat back. Tavion Smoot. Tavion Smoot is 5'11", 240 pounds. Don't get in front of him. He'll hurt you.
Watch him come around that corner. And he is big, and they just and he has some speed too, and he just takes that corner. Yeah. He was going to go up the middle, but he decided to take the outside, and there he goes for 6 points at 11:39.
From 7 yards out. Here comes the extra point try. Snap back. Ball is up. It is no good.
No good.
No good on the extra point attempt, and that's about the third or fourth one that has been missed so far this year by the kickers for Springfield.
And we'll see how important that is later in this game. And you need every single point from here on out because, believe it or not, we are in week number 6.
That's hard to believe. That's hard to believe.
And there's only 4 games left. We got some people were handing out football magazines that were for the football season, and it's already over. A little late on that, but at least they got something out.
And the one thing that Springfield wants to do is they've been able to make it to the playoffs, 2 out of the last 3 years. But they want to get to game number 13 just keep it rolling all the way up north.
And build that momentum right now. This is the time to do it. See if Springfield does that little pooch kick. Or an onside because they've used that in the past. We'll see what happens.
Well, they've done the onside kick. You're right. That's right.
And they did that, I think, every time they kicked off last time we saw them.
And here we go. This one's good. Oh, that's a nice one. High end over end, going to be caught down to the 9-yard line. Coming out, a lot of speed there if he can find. Nope, that's it.
Boy, he was hit by Zarius Stinnett, and he's one of the leading tacklers on this team. And he's
49 tackles.
He just took him down there right at about, where are they going to put the ball there, Lee? At about the 20?
Yeah, about the 24-yard line, I think, 24, 25-yard line, where it's going to be first down and 10 yards, and it looks like they're going to nose it right on the 25.
Yeah, exactly. That's where one of our officials running across there was Hannah Keller.
And at that point, you wonder sometimes if the guys think that way. Let's catch the ball. Let's try to make it a run. But if you called for a fair catch, you would have had it at the 25-yard line anyway.
That's a pretty good, pretty good return. He had a pretty good hole there.
Boy, I tell you, if this defense plays like the first one, it'll be real hard for Beavercreek to come up with a whole lot of yardage. That's Jack Barnett, who got maybe a yard. We'll call it second down and 9 to go, Gary.
The reason that happens is Jokel Brown, 280 senior. He'll put you down there pretty fast.
Real fast. Being coached over there on the far sideline by Nick Black, who is in his 3rd season. And we'll talk about him. He's got a lot of ties to the area. Pitch back, the ball is loose. Finally finding the handle, but losing 10, actually 11 yards on that deal is Beavercreek.
Now watch this on this exchange here, folks. It just flops out, and he's lucky to get it back. And he's going to pitch real late, and he just missed it. I think he's looking to have the eyes downfield.
You're right,
and then
Gary.
Coming through here is number 26, putting a thump on him, Vincent Fisher. And I think Vincent Fisher has some pretty fast closing speed.
Boy, I tell you, that was a 10-yard loss on that bad boy. So it's back just a shade outside the 15, but for all intents and purposes, we'll call it 3rd down and 20. Just underway here in this football game. Rolling to the far side, got a man over the middle, but no good.
And they'll be having to punt here right now.
Actually, it was closer
to one of the defenders.
Yeah, Zarius Stennett looks like he could have picked up maybe an interception. And Zarius is the one who has 29 solo tackles this year and 20 assists.
Well, he got that on the kickoff. He had that first tackle coming in there for the Wildcats.
All right, as Beavercreek will go back to punt.
And also punting is number 18. Nick Brown is doing the punting for Beavercreek.
Now, he's got a pretty good average, Gary. It's about 37 yards a punt. Good snap.
Ooh,
being rushed and getting real close to blocking that one was Taden Harper. Picked up, tries to go to the left, now coming back to the right. Can he find some running room? Tries to sneak through, and coming up with another nice piece of footwork was Larry Stevens.
Yeah, he's going to be at the homecoming dance. I mean, the way he's dancing.
He's going to dance with everybody.
Yeah, he's going to be, folks, girls just will be lining up there just to see if he can dance around him. That was pretty good maneuvering, but he did a lot of work for what? I guess he got about 9 yards.
He got 9 yards, yeah. Yeah, as the ball is at on the Springfield side, but barely at the 49-yard line. And again, great field position, not quite as good as what they had in that first drive where they had to go 7 yards for the score. This one's 49 yards away. I want to see this arm, and I want everybody else to see the arm of Tayshawn Smoot. I was just so impressed watching him.
Oh, he's 5'11", so he kind of throws downhill in 180. So he's a pretty tall quarterback, as you can see there on your screen.
You're using those kind of things, a 180. Smoot looking, trying to wave people around. Has got a man open on the sidelines.
Got him.
They say, was he inbounds? Yes.
Yep.
It is a catch. That's what it's being called. James Wood came up with a reception.
Hannah Keller came down and watch. He rolls to the right here, and just before the line of scrimmage, drills this thing. It's on a rope, and coming across down you can't see is Hannah Keller, the line judge. She says yes, he caught it inbounds.
First down, 10 yards to go. The ball deep into Beavercreek territory, getting close to that red zone. Smoot looking over to this near sidelines.
And there's a good look at Stevens down at the bottom of your screen right now.
There is nobody in the backfield.
My guess is he's doing a crossing pattern here.
You think he's going to pass? Looking out into that flat, got his man, and incomplete. In and out of the hands of, it looked like Bradley, I believe. And that's a case, Gary, of turning around and going, well, I'm going to run.
Yeah, that was in and out of the hands of Tolliver, number 35 there.
Was that Tolliver, 35? Yes, okay. I thought it was 36. Excuse me, I am so sorry to the parents. This is going to bring up second down and 10. It's nice having a play clock this week. They kept the, last week in the ball game we did, the time was being kept on the field. Kind of kept us all in suspension. Going off to the left side, the big guy. Oh, he was going down, put the one arm down, and that being Tavion Smoot, who leads the team in rushing.
Now watch this replay. If you're a running back, what you want to do is always fall forward. Now watch where he goes. He gets hit here. Now watch him adjust and go forward.
There I go. Yep.
Get those extra 2 yards, and that'll win you a lot of ball games.
All right, it's going to bring up a third down, but actually about 5 yards to go for the first down. So they got to get the ball down just shy of the 15-yard line, does Springfield. And I'm sure they're going to go for it. This is probably 4-down territory to begin with. as Smoot is looking. There goes that rocket arm back of the end zone. It's caught, but is he out of the end zone?
He's out of the end zone.
He's out of the end zone.
That's a little bit too much to ask there. Watch the replay on this, folks. You can see where this ball goes. It's way deep.
Larry Stevens, yeah.
It's pretty close. He put some air on it underneath it. Now watch this thing come down. He's out of bounds right now.
Ah, just so close.
You're looking like two or 3 feet, and you got yourselves a touchdown.
All right, they're going to go for it. Springfield is. It's 4th down.
No reason not to.
And about 5 yards to go for the first down. Springfield's got the lead, 6-zip. Smoot looking. Throws another rocket into the end zone, and touchdown.
Boy, look at Stevens. Watch this replay here, Lee. He really concentrates on keeping his feet in. I think he even got an NFL touchdown on this.
Yeah, it looks like from up here he had both of them in.
You only need one. Now watch, there he is, wide open deep. And he's going to get it right. As he caught it, his foot went down, his toe went down, and right there, this is a good call.
That was Jalen Minnie. Yeah.
Because you have your back judge right there on that, 5 yards away to see it. So that was the touchdown, and good catch again. So Stevens is on a roll, huh?
Oh, boy, they're going to go for one. The kick is up. It's far enough, and it is good. So with 8:29 remaining here in this first quarter, it is Springfield taking a 13-0 lead on the arm of sophomore Tejan Smoot, and just kind of watching his feet where they went. And as Gary had mentioned, and he is so right, Jalen Minnie had an NFL catch there by keeping his feet in. It was absolutely tremendous. And here's what we look like. Springfield on top in the standings with a 4-1 mark. You see how many points they have, and they're giving up basically 11 points a ball game. Now another team they're going to be facing is Centerville, then Wayne, and we'll have that Wayne ball game for you. And this is Beavercreek at 1-4. Now, who do they have left? Tough road to hoe. Springboro, Centerville, Wayne, and Trotwood. But they need these kind of teams, and they need victories on these kind of teams to go, we're getting pretty good to go into the playoffs.
Yep. That was a pretty nice little pass play there, and came down there, just had the toe in the end zone.
Jalen Minnie, he just did a nice job.
There's your kickoff.
There's the kick. Picked up at about the 11-yard line. Trying to get up a full head of steam, and as soon as he looked like he was going to get a full head of steam, he was hit by 9 or 10 guys. He's still not down yet. As the ball is going to be out at about the 28-yard line. I'm kind of wondering, are the lights going to come on, or are we going to do a night game?
They're coming on slowly.
Now look at Beavercreek. Beavercreek has got Wayne, Trotwood, Fairmont, and Miamisburg. That's a fairly easy schedule, at least the way it's playing out. They are 2-3. The only thing they have to watch, and it really hurt them the last 3 weeks, is where they gave up over 40 points a game, and they are giving up 173.
And Wayne could be a real sleeper there for them.
They could
because Wayne is always tough when the chips are down. They're 1-4.
And it's always a big ball game between these two teams. Oh, caught in the backfield.
No, he tried to keep it and pulled it out. I think he was going to go ahead and do a pitch out there, Lee, to the outside there to number 41.
Just didn't do it.
He just was a little bit late at executing it. That would have been to Devin Garnes. So, again, it's going to bring up second down and 9 or 8.
Let's see where that's at. About 8 yards, Gary.
About 8 yards.
About 8 yards for the first down, 2nd and 8. Ball is nose right there on the 30-yard line, and they started this drive at the 28. Clock rolls. We're getting down to about 7.5 minutes remaining in this first quarter of action. Boy, do they play tight on offense? Holy moly, trying to go up over that right side and still nothing. Getting up off that pile for Springfield was Tavion Gilbreth. And he just kind of went, he got too many yards, about a yard.
Well, he had help from his buddies, but he was the one that basically tossed him into his buddies down on the ground. So I think they.
But that was funny when his hands just go, why? Yeah,
it's kind of like the same thing he probably says at home when he has to do chores.
Oh, Mom, why? 3rd and 7.
Look at that sunset, beautiful sunset here in
orange skies at night, Sailor's Delight.
Springfield, Ohio.
Man going in motion. Looking, got a man over the middle, got him.
Nice catch.
Yeah, that's going to be enough for the first down as he crosses enough just to get it. Coming up with that catch, number 81, Maul Harris Strayhorn. who has
Molly
74
Harris,
yards.
yeah, Molly Harris.
Molly Harris.
Yeah,
Molly Harris.
Number 26, Vincent Fisher, coming in there to make that tackle. And
These old eyes need some light up here too. All right, first down. That was a nice play. You saw him set up over here on this near side of the field. Just a perfect pass.
It's fourth down there, Lee. It didn't get a first down there, but
I thought they got a first
down.
They
were short. Yeah, they were short.
Uh-oh.
That's not going to do anything.
Yeah, they don't want to make that decision too often.
Oh, boy.
Because there were about a half a dozen of the Wildcats that just said,
watch the replay here. And number 34 is Elijah Howard's going to get the ball. I watched him. He's the fullback there, and I watched him warm up, and he really hit the hole fast.
But look at this.
There was no hole to hit.
Who was that? Gilbert was one of the first ones to hit him. And this time he's going, look, he says no. No.
Yeah, they're exactly right. Number 58 coming in there on that tackle. And what they did do, Lee, when they heard that whistle, they stopped.
Mm-hmm.
In years past, you might throw somebody down and, really become a lot more disciplined under Coach Mo Douglas.
There's the key word, discipline. And Dave Carroll's word, execute.
Yep.
Davion Smoot gets that snap.
Yeah, boy, here he goes.
Here comes the big guy. Puts his head down, says, we'll see you later. 10-5, and gets down to about the goal line. Did he get in? No, they're saying about the 2 is where he went out of bounds. That was awful close for Davion Smoot.
Now that's where that ball goes out of bounds, and I thought I thought for sure he got in there.
I thought he got just right to the goal line, but they're saying no, and I think.
Who do you think is going to get this ball now?
Quarterback sneak. Quarterback sneak. What do you think?
It's brother to brother or something?
Yeah, Smoot to Smoot.
I say a Smoot scores. What do you think?
No, wait a minute. I don't know about that. I think maybe Jeff Tolliver might score.
Okay, there you go.
He's set on the wing out here.
Yep. You're looking at number 35, Tolliver.
Gary, you were right. Look at that hole.
Boom.
Right across there, Davion Smoot with 382 yards rushing. He's going to add to that, and he's going to add to his touchdown total as put up 6 more points on that board. That's 19. Would you go for 2 points here?
I don't think it really matters at this point. If you keep scoring, you miss that extra point.
Well, that's
probably
true.
not. It's not that critical, but they're going to go ahead and kick it here, or at least attempt it.
All right.
And there's the shot of the
Springfield
bench.
He's going to try to kick it, and he does. It's high enough. It's far enough. And they say, yep, it's good.
That's good.
So with 6 minutes right on the button remaining in this first quarter, it is a 20-0 lead for Springfield over Beavercreek. A little bit reminiscent of last week when we had the ball game in Mechanicsburg.
Yeah, this team has really come out. They wanted the ball on the coin toss, and they wanted to get down there and get in the end zone. And I think they've had enough of trying to fight back, being down, that they said, hey, we have the talent to go ahead and be in front, so we don't have to worry about that.
Don't you notice there? This is a whole different football team. Look how, not subdued, but look how they're businesslike down there, and that's just, boy, it shows too. 2 back deep, standing at about the 5-yard line for Beavercreek. Kind of a stutter step, now the kick, and that's a beaut. We picked up at the 10-yard line. Got the 15, got the 20. Looking toward the middle of the field, got a bit of an opening, and cutting across just in time was, it looked like Bates came across with that tackle for Springfield.
Otherwise, he had a little stumble here. If you watch on the return, he sees that hole, and as he breaks through this hole, he has a little stumble that slows him down enough.
Oh, he did right there, yeah.
So that Bates gets through here right there on your right side and then takes him down. Otherwise, the next guy up to try to take him is going to be number 16, Dovan Williams. Two of them trying to get in this ball game and make some hits.
Quarterback up underneath center, man coming in motion. They're going to fake it. Quarterback keeps it on the option. That's a nice little pickup on the play. It's going to be around 5 yards as the ball comes out to the 44-yard line. Where it's going to bring up 2nd down and 5.
Cochran making the tackle there, stayed real low and brought him down, but pretty good gain there, almost 6 yards on that.
And this defense looks different too. They're really crisp with the tackling.
Well, that's a pretty stout defensive line as you see the 4 lined up there. and they will switch it up a little bit, but Beavercreek doesn't throw the ball that much, so they're probably going to just stay in this formation.
Well, you're true. They only got like 213 yards per
Got 4 down and man-to-man coverage on that.
Opposite play almost got wiped out there before it even started. It got it wiped out anyway. Not finding any running room, heading to that far sideline.
Well, I'm going to call him Chip all night long. I'm talking about number 58. Now watch him coming around here, folks. 58 leaves his spot on the backside. There he is. He follows the quarterback. What happens? He makes this tackle, folks. He goes all the way across. We're going to have to nickname him Chip. That's Tavion Gilbreth. So he went above and beyond
the call of duty.
Yep.
Yeah, so Garnes, he tried to find some running room on that far sideline for Beavercreek, and there was just none to be found. Faking the pitch, passing it over the middle, almost intercepted. Boy, you could see it. Zarius Stinnett, it was like radar. He's going, uh-oh, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. If you can see him, watch him. He knew what was happening.
Yeah, now watch what he does here. He's going to roll the opposite direction. There he goes. And then coming across from the linebacker position there, and he gets his paw in there. His left hand doesn't, no pass interference, knocks it down. So Stinnett, watching the eyes of the quarterback, he was going the other way, and that's what they were trying to sell.
2 back deep for the Wildcats. And this one may very well go out of bounds. They're saying stay away from it. It does take a Beavercreek roll.
I think it went out of bounds, but I think it bounced out of bounds, but they're not marking it there.
It was close, but we're up here, they're down there, and it looks like they're going to mark it, Gary. Yep. And the worst field position that Springfield has had so far tonight
on the
at the 17-yard line.
17-yard line. And this quarter is flying by. We have 4 minutes and 13 seconds left to go with 3 scores already by Springfield Wildcats here in Springfield, Ohio.
Boy, after last week, last week I saw my life go in front of my face. It took so long for that first quarter. What a long
Well, there was a
quarter.
lot of passing, a lot of incomplete
Stopping
passes.
the clock, you're right.
And,
you're right.
With this type of a team here that can run and pass and they're making completions, it's going pretty quickly.
All right.
4 down linemen there for Beavercreek.
Deshaun Smoot going to go back. Got a man wide open down the middle. Just can't find him. Because why? Because he's being chased. And it's gone. Oh! How did he spot him?
Well, he threw over the other receiver.
He did. James Wood was right there to catch it.
Now watch this. This goes right into the hands of James Wood, too. The second, I didn't mean 2. As he rolls. Now watch, he's going to throw over one receiver right there. And
Bam.
It goes right into Woods Jr. And he got his foot in, and it's already placed at the 38-yard line.
He just couldn't find Jalen Minnie, who was wide open right down the middle.
Well, I'll take somebody that's open down here.
But he was being chased, too. It's easy for us to spot that up here. Going.
You got that 4-3 alignment there for Beavercreek. Corner's trying to play a man in the slot and not letting anybody out wide.
And off, heading to the far sideline. This one may ring up another 6 points. Maybe 26 before you know it. Down to the 10, down to the 5, stumbled to the 4-yard line. Just a nice job of running that football.
Watch him roll around this corner
Tolliver.
here. Comes around this corner, gets a huge block. And the block of Smoot makes that block, frees him. But coming down to chase him down for dear life is Ryan. And he gets the back and he gets some help from his other teammate. And the ball's going to be, what, on the 2-yard line?
Yeah. 2 running backs in the backfield. Smoot hands it off, heading over and ducking down and going in for the score are the Springfield Wildcats. Coming up with that score was Jeff Tolliver.
Watch this run here. He's going to go right off this side here. Lots of room. Look at the lead blockers going out there. Once you have Smoot in front of you blocking, you're going to be able to get into that end zone, almost a tackle there in the backfield. But
he set that up himself, Gary. You're right, just what you said. He got away from the one tackle, then there was nothing else but daylight.
Homecoming here in Springfield.
Cole Yost will try the extra point on the hold of Turner. Nice snap. Kick is up. And it is good. So with 3:25 remaining here in this first quarter, it is 27-0. And I'll say it probably 100 times tonight, I'm impressed.
Well, look at who they have. They had Smoot has 2 touchdowns. You got Minnie in there.
Yeah.
And you got Tolliver, and next person you're going to probably add in there is going to be Stevens, at least a couple times, but we'll see.
I had heard that if they get a big enough lead, they were going to pull you down to play cornerback.
There you go. There you go. How fun would that be? There's a good shot of the Springfield cheerleading squad. I guess that's the.
I don't think they. The band and the cheerleaders don't get enough credit because there's a lot of work that they put into this.
You know what I will say about Springfield, when the game's being played, they play right up until you're allowed to. Mm-hmm. Some schools just come to do the halftime and go home. But Springfield will play. You can hear the music in the background. They play right up to when they're supposed to stop, and that's it. And a lot of schools should do a lot more of that.
Yeah, and they don't. It's just like
they just show up for halftime and do our little thing.
Yep. Look at that kick. What a beautiful end-over-end kick. Driving him all the way back to the goal line.
He's got to bring it up.
Heading up the field, he does have to bring it up. He's to the 20 and will be rattled out of bounds at about the 22 or 23-yard line.
He looked back at the official to see if he was in the end zone, but he obviously wasn't.
I think the 1 foot got close to the goal line, but that was about it.
And you never know. The official could have said, you're good. You got to go.
I'm surprised you don't see as many fair catches. Did you see that sky over there?
What a beautiful sunset. My goodness.
Orange skies at night, sailor's delight.
Yeah, folks, this is gorgeous. Hopefully you're seeing it from wherever you are. This is absolutely stunning.
And what's also gorgeous is that there is orange down there, but they're being pummeled right now by the Wildcats of Springfield. They need to get things rocking and rolling. It's the
quarterback keeps.
Yeah, was that the quarterback keeper?
Yeah,
Maybe an option, but it didn't go anywhere.
Well, when you have number 58 for Springfield all night long in your face, there's not a lot to do. Davion Gilbreth. What you might want to do is a give and go, and just kind of do a counter play on it because they're reading everything so well.
Gilbreth, I just love his attitude. He bangs his head like I gave him a yard. What's wrong with me?
There's a look at that sunset.
It's all tight. There's the pitch.
That's a nice pitch.
Tries to head to the far side and going nowhere. Who was that? Was that Jalen Minnie that stepped over that block?
No, that's Davion Bates.
Was that Bates?
Scoots through there, number 3, I believe.
Boy, that was a nice way to get rid of that blocker. And just
there he is on the top of your screen there. He was playing the outside corner.
Yeah. All right.
And they're sealing that corner really well.
Shoot, boy. And even if it's not sealed, they go through blockers to get the tackle.
Vincent Fisher down here on this bottom side.
3rd down and 9. Beavercreek breaks the huddle. And this is something they've had problems with the last 3 weeks, is the defense giving up points. Rolling this side, being chased in the backfield. Eyes getting real big. Watch it. Watch it. He's got some running room. Can he make the first down? I think he got it.
Yeah, it was a nice reach there at the very end. Let's see if they come up short.
Nick Brown, did he get it?
Look at he stepped out of bounds about 3 yards short there. Watch him reverse his field and, talk about having guts because you are down 27-0. Look at who he's outrunning. There's 1.
He's not giving up.
There's 2, and I guess he goes out right there, right before he made that leap.
So he did go. Okay.
So it's 4th down, and this is a tough decision because you're already, you're down, but you got to go ahead and get rid of this ball. I don't see a reason to go for it here if you're Beavercreek.
Did I see a flag being thrown just now over on the far side?
I don't see anything over here on the far side at all here, Lee.
It looked like the one official picked it up.
Oh, no, you know what it was? One of the players was injured over there on the far side. That's coming across the screen right now.
Okay.
And that's what I think they were doing. That's what that timeout was for.
Okay, it looks like it was Harper.
Taden Harper.
Yeah. All right. Don't forget, upcoming at halftime, it is our throw for dough as Asia Mays for the Wildcats and for the Beavers of Beavercreek, Callista Hess. And, of course, that is all brought to you by Security National Bank.
And
now,
Asia
may make it 3 in a row.
Yeah, Asia, she knows what she's doing out there. And it's really fun, and we really love having Security National Bank sponsor that each and every year for not only football but basketball. It's a really fun thing, and I think they get a kick out of it, too.
I love the athletic director here at Springfield.
Mr. De La Pena.
You got throw for dough? Asia, come here. And here she comes. And we're going to get a chance to throw it through there again. Play clock is down to but 1 second as they just let it run, Beavercreek did. And it's a minute 47 remaining here in the quarter. And you know, let's check out with Randall Holzmeyer and meet this week's IH Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Well, hello everyone. Randall Holzmeyer from the Local TV for Me Network, back once again with our IH Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week. This week we're going to head out to Springfield High School and introduce you to senior standout soccer and cross-country star Jackie Grayson. Jackie is a very busy young lady, being part of the mock trial team, the academic team, student council, National Honor Society, the Spanish Club, as well as the ministry at St. John Missionary Baptist Church.
Well, it can be kind of difficult balancing all of my extracurriculars along with schoolwork, but I really enjoy being busy. I think it helps me stay on track. I think being a student athlete at Springfield High School is very beneficial. There are a lot of different people here, and you get to meet all the different kinds of people.
Sporting a 4.6 GPA, Jackie's got lots of options for college, and she's got some in mind already.
Well, as of right now, I don't have one particular college that I'm planning on going to. I have decided that I'd like to study political science and get my master's.
Of course, Jackie's coaches had nothing but positive comments for the senior standout.
So I've known Jackie really probably since middle school, and she ran cross country for me then, and then she came back her senior year, and I couldn't have been happier with her coming out. She's such a competitor, both inside the classroom and outside the classroom.
I'd like to thank my parents and my family. They've helped me and dealt with my busy schedule, driving me around all the time. I'd like to thank my teammates for always supporting me. I'd like to thank my coaches for being a mentor and teaching me. And I think I'd like to thank just the school district and Mr. Delpina for all the opportunities I've had going to Springfield High School.
So there you have it, folks. Jackie Grayson, our IH Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, stand out in both soccer and cross country. Now we want to remind you to go online to localtv4me.com and nominate your Student Athlete of the Week. Maybe we'll see you at your school. So for the Local TV for Me Television Network, I'm Randall Holzmeyer saying have a great week, everybody.
For over 80 years, IH Credit Union has been helping our members build better lives. A lot has changed over the years, but our commitment to our members and to our community has not. We care about what our members care about, and we want to make their everyday lives easy with our convenient services and solutions. Technology to make your life simple, and customer service to make you feel cared for. Open an account today and step up to better banking.
What a lovely, lovely lady.
Well,
Wow.
How about that grade point average?
4.6? Is that what
See, you don't even know how to go up that high, do you?
Oh, no.
You tell me about math.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that just made it each week, 1.5.
Oh, man, that's just really impressive. And
Now, wait a minute. Fourth down.
And they're going to punt. They're punting.
They're up punting.
Yeah.
I finally saw the punter. I'm going, boy, they're going to go for it again.
Yeah, with the
Nice snap.
There's the high punt.
And here it comes. It's going. Boy, that is a nice punt. Finally picked up going backwards and retreating at the 25-yard line. But look at Minnie go. He's at the 40, 50. Got to beat a couple of. Well, finally the punter gets him. As the ball is across the 40, another great field position inside the 40, down to about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, Minnie and Stevens have that 5 and 6 number. And at the distance, it's really hard to pick out whether it's a 5 or a 6. And hopefully the stat guys are getting it right.
And we're trying. E for effort. Ball at the 38, so that's where they're going to officially mark it as the clock is stopped right now. Look at the moon up there, too. Half moon as well, straight up above us. Just a beautiful, beautiful night. You can't script it much better than this. Tayshawn Smoot up underneath center this time. Here comes the pitch to this near side. We're going to get some running room.
Brown.
Oh, nice job. Just beating a couple
Anthony
of tackles
Brown.
was Anthony Brown.
Yeah, he's going to that dance too. Watch, he gets it on the outside. Now watch him do some skipping.
Hopping and skipping, my goodness.
Got to tuck that ball in because that could get punched out. But see him fighting with that ball up there in the air.
I saw you jerk when he did that.
Yeah, that's scary right there. That's going to bring up second down.
Second down and roughly about, we'll call it 5 yards to go for the first down. Second down at about 5. As Smoot still looking over to the sideline. Play clock down to 6. Going to have to hustle a little bit. 3, man in motion. And they give it to the motion man heading to the far sidelines. Ducked in, but then they had that picked out pretty good against Devon Williams, who tried to duck in and then go back outside. Just couldn't do it.
Yeah, what he should have probably done, Stevens was making a block and couldn't really hang on to the block too long, and he should have probably just stayed inside. He tried to go back outside. Lost yardage, as you see Woods going to the top of your screen and Larry Stevens spreading out here at the very bottom of the screen.
So it's going to be third down at about 6. So you're right, Gary. Lost about a yard on the play.
Brown in the slot.
There's that backwards pass.
Could this be a double pass? Nope.
Oh, look at that. Finding the running room and picking up some nice yardage. Jeff Tolliver, what a runner. He's got 466 rushing yards so far this year, and that's it. That's the end of the first quarter of action, and it is Springfield leading 27-0. Back with the second quarter on the local TV for me, Sports Network.
You're watching the Hometown High School Football Game of the Week on WRCX Television, brought to you by our local Allstate agent, Jim Twiggs. Tonight's game is also being brought to you by Dave Cale Chevrolet, The Security National Bank, and Harding Road Pharmacy.
At Dave Cale Chevrolet and Chevrolet Trucks, we are proud that customers keep coming back to purchase vehicles. Now we have a brand new showroom that will help us serve our customers better.
We give every customer specialized attention to find the right vehicle at the right price, and we have a wide variety of new and used vehicles to choose from.
Visit us at Dave Cale Chevrolet and experience no-nonsense car shopping.
The best place to purchase a new or used vehicle is at Dave Cale Chevrolet in Mechanicsburg, Ohio.
Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons has a 30-year history of serving the ophthalmic needs of the Miami Valley. The Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons specialize in meeting the medical and surgical eye care needs of the entire family. Dr. Larry Fish, Dr. Gary Lau, and Dr. Scott Stork are committed to providing our patients the best medical care with a personal touch. Schedule your appointment today in Springfield, Urbana, London, or Beavercreek, because seeing is believing.
We are back. Second quarter action. And again, guess who's got the football and driving? They have had just nothing but great field position other than the one all night long.
And they've done what they're supposed to do. They've executed the plays. And notice they haven't had many penalties. In the past, Springfield's team has been undisciplined and tons of penalties and ended up losing some football games.
And that's changed.
But that's changed.
Yes.
That was Mo Douglas, when we met him the very first day he was in town to coach the team, was at the Clark County Fairgrounds years ago. And he said that's what he wants to try to fix in Springfield, is make this team disciplined, because these are going to be young men that are going to go out in the world and take care of us when we're older.
And he obviously knows how to win championships. He did it for years at his alma mater.
Well, he's in the pros for 12 years. That's enough of being hit.
Boy, trying and trying, but just could not get away was Walker.
Yeah, he had number 50 wrapped around him, Big Seth Owens. He's a linebacker at 235. Watch him shoot through here. He goes in motion, tries to follow it, but there he comes right there, and he's hanging on for dear life.
Well, luckily, he didn't lose more or even the football, so he did get it to the 31.
How about an ankle?
Yes. Going to bring up second down. Running the football again. I laugh only because there were people falling off of this gentleman, hitting the hole, and that being, who was that, Bryce Walker again?
Bryce Walker.
Bryce Walker is
he's
pretty good sized man, 6 foot 218.
He's not a small person.
And a junior. Heading back into the ball game. Big number 35, Jeff Tolliver.
Changing this up a little bit with two receivers top and bottom.
Yeah, they're spread out pretty good.
Waiting for the call from the sideline and anxiously waiting.
Because they've got 9 yards to go. They've got to get it inside the 20. roughly down to about the 17-yard line, between the 17 and 18. There's the snap.
You can see a pass
Deshaun
coming.
Smoot says, I want a touchdown. He threw it up. Oh, it's intercepted. On the carom, the tip drill. And coming up with that football and coming back is Seiler.
What a
for
nice
Beaver
play.
Creek.
What a nice play by the cornerback. He has good position. Goes up, it's tipped, but then waiting in the wings is number 17 scooting across there.
Seiler, I think.
Yeah,
So it was.
Nikolai Sailor.
And just looking to come up the sidelines. But I tell you what, also looking good in there too was Larry Stevens. He fought for that football.
He waited for the last second to make that break, and at the same time was simultaneously hit by the defender, and that's going to happen. But at least he just didn't look over his shoulder and wonder where it is. He went for it.
He went for it. Look at this defense set up.
But again, this is probably the best field position they've had all night.
I think it is.
30-yard line.
There's some big guys on that front set up for Springfield.
Nice hole there.
There's a real nice hole over the right side.
Making that tackle coming through there is Davion Bates. We talked about his number quite a bit.
You know, this football team is just stout. You know, I look at Gilbreth and I'm going, whoa, this guy is just tough. And then you take a look at some of the other ball players like Bates, who is 6'1", 180.
Now this is where the time comes that you want to see them not panic and just, fourth down and move on.
Yeah, and just keep her going. It's, what have we got, second down now. And about 7 yards to go.
Nothing doing.
Well, a couple of yards fighting for it over that left side was Beavercreek, but I mean there was a host of Wildcats there to bring down number 34, Elijah Howard.
Yeah, Trevor Conley, one of the big linemen there, 6'3", 310, the senior for Beavercreek, doing a nice job trying to push that pile. But again, in years past, sometimes if Springfield was scored on, there was a little bit of panic going. And this is what you want to see corrected, and they're doing it right now, doing a good job of it.
They're just going, okay, well, they're going to get their yardage, but we're going to stop them.
And they stopped them right there. So that's all you need to do. That's why your defense is out there, and they're calm, collected, and have a lot of confidence. They should with 27-0, but still, that's when you start getting penalties and you start letting the other team in the game, and you don't want to be doing that.
Well, something you've talked about, too, throughout the year, you play your position. And that's exactly what that was. They played the position, and he had nowhere to go. It is, what do we got, fourth down?
Fourth down and 3 yards to go.
3 yards to go. And it looks, with the play clock, they're letting it run down. It's down to about 10 seconds. They did this last time and then punted the football away. And
I think they've already taken one timeout, have they not?
Yeah, one timeout. This will be number 2, and it happened the same way down at the other end of the field. So the clock is stopped with 8:29 remaining.
And I can see why they did that too.
Let's take a look at some of the playoff pictures the way it is. And let's go down to one of Springfield's opponents that's going to be coming up. 5-0. Springboro is ranked 3rd. Then you go down to Springfield with a 7.8. And they take the top 8 teams. And overall, they are 7-8, 4-1. Then you go down 1. In there, you see it? Centerville. Now, Centerville is back some. And then you look down. Beavercreek coming in tonight
only
was
a 10th.
And then you got Northmont, and then you got Wayne.
And Wayne's the surprise of all the teams on this thing is usually you see them up at the top 2 or 3, and they could probably turn it around. They might have a chance to turn it around. There's only a few games left, 3 games left to go, but they could do some damage to other people. Not necessarily would they get in.
Well, and that's what, that's
they could be the spoiler there.
Real big spoiler. There's what you go. Oh, well, they've only got 1 win. That's a trap game. You got to watch that. All right, here comes Beavercreek out on the field. And let's see if they're going to go for that 3 yards.
And they are.
Well, they're lined up right now as if they are. Let's see if they shift into a punt. Up underneath center. Hand it off, up the middle. Boy, I don't know.
It's not going to get it.
No, that had to get right to the 40-yard line, and it made it maybe to the 39. And there goes Springfield with great field position again. And I guess, Gary, the football thought for over the years, if you do something like that, get it into the quarterback's hands and go for a touchdown.
Yeah, Bradley was shooting in there, and so was Tolliver. And Bradley was the first man that hit him as he's getting a handshake. Look at that sunset. My goodness. I'm sorry to keep talking about it, folks, but it is just absolutely stunning.
It's what you call beautiful to be alive.
That's
just
right.
Being able to see it.
Absolutely stunning. 8 minutes and 21 seconds left to go in the first half here in Springfield.
Wide right and slotted. Otherwise, a couple of running backs, we haven't seen this for a while, in the backfield. At the tail of that tandem, it looks like Bryce Walker. I think they're trying to get the play clock to work. Or did they run out of play clock? I guess they ran out of play clock.
They're moving it back 5 yards.
They sure did. Yep. I just happened to look at it. It was 0-0. And so it's going to be first down now and 15 yards to go for the first down. DeJon Smoots up underneath center. Man coming in motion. Here's the handoff. Hurdles one player, breaks through one tackle, and then they've got to carry Bryce Walker out of bounds down inside the 20-yard line, Gary.
Yeah, now watch him come around here. Man's in motion. It goes right back, not to the first back, but the second back through, and he is a load to bring down. Does a little hurdling there, and then, the quarterback's coming across the corner here, trying to save the day, and they're going, oh, my gosh, this guy's big. And that's Jack Barnett on defense, and he's not too small. He's 5'10", 160, but up against that, you're hitting something.
You are a tree. Ball at the 24-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for the Wildcats. Everything is going to the right. And finally cutting the ball back upfield.
Smoot.
A little gain was Tavion Smoot.
Look at the big guy getting up off the ground there. Doing a pretty good job here for Beavercreek as much as he can. And that's 78, Brandon Mitchell. He's 305, folks, 6'1". So they have a big line for Beavercreek. But the line for Springfield is probably not quite as big, but they are quick and they make their blocks.
Got those fast feet, quick, can get off, can just get off of the snap from center. 7.5 minutes remaining.
And you can see Smoot just talking to his other running back saying, I got this one.
Man in motion right to left.
See, there he goes.
Going to hand it off. Here comes Bryce again. Got the 20, got the 15, got the 10. You know what? He's got the end zone as well. From 24 yards away. Watch this run.
Bryce Walker, folks.
Yeah, Bryce Walker. And things just, it's like parting the sea. Because look at that. Everybody goes every direction except Walker's way, and he carries it in the end zone. And Bryce Walker, a load as well, 6 foot, 218 pounds.
Yeah, where have you seen so many big running backs? Look at that, 6 foot. I mean, you don't really see that anymore.
No, you don't.
See the 175s, 180s.
Yost kicking it. Did it make it through? No. Wide to the right.
Yep.
So that's 2 tonight that he has missed. He came in hitting on 19 of 21.
That might be something to work on this week, because when you get into that tournament in the playoffs, you can't be missing anything.
Well, you can't. You can't.
And
so he's 19 of 21 coming in and has missed 2 tonight.
And even if you're missing those, that means that you're probably not going to be doing a lot with the field goal, so you got to get...
Well, he is 1 for 1 for field goals, but that's...
But what I'm saying is, you don't want to be that... you got to focus a little bit on that and tighten that up a little bit if you can.
And it may boil down to where we've seen a couple of times where a field goal is won playoff ball games.
And it could be just the exchange to it. It takes 3 for that kick to go through, the snapper and the holder and the kick. But got to remember that offense or the defensive line for Beavercreek's probably jumping up there too. A lot of things going on, but
well, there are a lot
I'm glad I'm not out there trying to kick it to win a field goal, to win a game. That'd be a terrible. I don't think I could take it.
Here we go. Hop and a skip. There's the kick heading downfield. Bounces at about the 12. Picked up like a shortstop at about the 10-yard line. And then brought out to the 20, across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. And that's where Beavercreek will put the ball in play. And actually just doing a really nice job of picking that football up was Trevor, or check that, was number 24. And that being Aiden Whitehead, who has rushed the ball offensively this year for 128 yards. Now, as we had mentioned, 219 yards passing, but he leads the team in rushing, and that's quarterback Nick Brown with 381 yards. As they line it up,
Reverse. Oh, my goodness.
To come by with that reverse as he took off, the quarterback took off toward the far side of the field, coming up with the football. And, I mean, going absolutely nowhere was Strayhorn.
Yeah, Minnie just closed real fast. And
well, that's
you saw
real fast.
You saw how fast Minnie ran down the sideline and got that pass for a touchdown. Look where he lines up to. Minnie's right there over the ball, turning around, looking this way. And he went. He must have found a big hole to go through there to bring him down on that reverse attempt.
Well, Gary, the original line of scrimmage was the 23.
Yep.
They're back at the 10.
Minnie taking this edge.
Got a little bit of running room as the quarterback. He gets it out to about the 15, maybe the 16-yard line is Nick Brown. And it's going to bring up a third down, and I mean a ton of yards to go.
Watch Stinnett from the linebacker position right in the middle of your screen there. He's going to close. First guy's going to miss him or take the outside for the pitch, and then watch Stinnett come in here. Goes in low and wraps up, and the rest of his players help him out.
I'm trying to see, was that 35 or 36? I think it was 35. Jeff Tolliver, he just blew that whole thing up by going after the pitch man. And the quarterback had nowhere to go but to try to cut it back up inside.
Oh, look at this blitz.
Over the middle, and no good defense out there as well.
Broken up by number 26 out there. That's going to be Vincent Fisher.
That was a nice defense.
Now watch the blitz coming here.
Yeah.
It's delayed, and here he comes. He's timed it with the man in motion. And he's going to break that up, so that ball has to come out fast. And then crossing over there just enough to knock it down is I believe that's number 26 over there, if I'm not mistaken.
A little tough telling some of the numbers.
Yeah, and the number's a little hard. Vincent Fisher's who we're going with.
Gonna hammer
it is. It's Vincent Fisher up at the top.
Two back deep, standing at the 50-yard line. Here comes the punt. Bounces at about the 45, takes a big high bounce, picked up there by Stevens. Stevens will head to the far side of the field, got himself some running room. He's going to be running out of it, though, as he crosses the 30 to about the 29-yard line.
I liked what he did there, too. He just stopped and went out of bounds there.
Don't forget, coming up here in halftime, here on this homecoming for Springfield, we've got our throw for dough. Security National Bank, Asia Mays will try to pick up 3 wins in a row. Callista Hess for Beavercreek on our throw for dough from Security National Bank. And if they make it through the banner, throw for dough banner, $500 goes to the athletic department. Both
what I was going to say there,
salivating.
What I was going to say there is trying to say that Stevens did the smart thing. He didn't want to cut back inside and get extra yardage because that's where you get those flags for block in the back. He just took his time and was taken out of bounds because you don't want to get him hurt on something silly like that.
Well, and again, look at that reverse in the backfield, heading to the near sideline, wide open. There's nothing but green grass of home, and crossing that goal line for another score for the Wildcats, Jeff Tolliver. Watch how this opens up for Tolliver. He just cuts it wide.
This hole
Look
here.
at the blocks.
Now watch him turn it on right now. No one around him. What blocks? That's the key right there, Lee.
5:31 remaining in this first half. Right now, 39-zip.
So after this halftime, we will have a running clock on this.
Yeah, that's right. Second half, if you're ahead by 30 or more points, the clock just continues to run. Nice snap. Kick is up. It's far enough, and it is good. So with 5.5 minutes remaining in this first half of action, Springfield with a 40-0 lead. I have been very, very impressed with this ball club. They just, and you said it to begin with, they're just real businesslike. And they're just coming up play after play after play. And again, Beavercreek has not, this is what they're averaging over the last 3 weeks, giving up 40 or more points a ball game.
Well, you look at Springfield points for 160. Points against, only 54 points. They got 40 points up on the scoreboard for Beavercreek. Their points for are only 109, and they're giving up 173.
It's over 200.
Not including the 9.
Yeah.
Don't make me do that math.
1-1. Over the years, this has been fun with you.
I'm going to go with 183. No, it's 10.
Down to the 10-yard line, 15. Got the 20.
Boom.
Who made that tackle? It looked like there was a lot of running room there, Gary.
Yeah, that's going to be Zarius Stinnett again.
Boy, this kid hits
Talk
hard.
about you. We had the statistics on him for the tackles. He's had solo tackles for
29
Stinnett.
solos
And
coming in.
He's just playing his heart out tonight. And tough kid. And Stinnett, when you're looking at him, he is 5'8", 190. Now that's kind of what you expect as a running back, but not for Springfield. They have these big horses that can carry that ball.
And then they've got these little guys that play linebacker that nobody can see until you hit them.
Well, Stinnett is a fullback too. You'll see
he's
him.
good, yeah.
You'll see him occasionally, but not probably tonight. Defense is coming in on that blitz again. He goes outside.
Quarterback takes it outside, and not any running room whatsoever for Nick Brown.
Now look who came up off the bottom there.
And
Number 11,
yeah.
Stinnett.
And he just see him get up. He just had his arms out like, okay, who's next? Nick Brown, and that's the tough part. He has no TDs, and he's got 4 interceptions, and he's only thrown for 213 yards. And boy, with the amount of points that are on the board by Springfield, you maybe might have to throw the ball.
Oh, you're going to have to throw the ball probably the rest of the night, but they're going to try to keep it and pitch it out to the outside. There's a fumble.
Let's see who. Ball still loose.
And
Ball still loose. They're still chasing it.
Springfield has it. Look at that bottom of the pile. And coming up with the ball, let's see who's going to be scooting up there. I think it's going to be number 9,
Well,
Bryce Walker. Let's see if he's down
we
there.
Can see. Diving for it. It's still going. It's up there at the 10, up there at the 9.
No, I think Minnie's going to come up with it down at the bottom here. There's Minnie, right below 53. That's going to be hard. We're going to have to give it to a couple guys here because you can't really tell who it is. And we're going to go with, we'll look at 57, Jokel Brown. And
there was a whole bunch of people that had a piece of that.
Yeah, they tried to get it and run with it instead of just probably falling on it.
They tried to do the
but look where it went.
Raiders.
They
tried to do the Raiders.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. It was the Raiders playing, and they rolled it down to about the 6-yard line.
And the chicken for San Diego passed out. Oh, look at that pitch. Heading over the right side and is not, well, I think we got another fumble.
Another fumble, and Beavercreek
losing
got it
the
back.
football was Brown.
Now remember,
and Beavercreek's ball.
Yep, Beavercreek takes over. Now watch what happens here. As he comes around this corner, watch his arm. Swing out, see that?
And he did that when he had the ball last time.
He swung it out, and we talked about that before with seeing him play, that you got to tuck that ball in. Even tonight we said that. And I'm not sure who came up with that ball either.
And the only person that I could ever see doing that, and I shook hands one time when I was interviewing him, Jimmy Brown, and he took him, and I lost my hand.
Yeah, you can. He swallowed it up.
Yeah, I said, yes, sir. Ball is at the 4-yard line. So
they dodged the bullet here.
Yeah,
That's
they sure did.
Real tough defensive play with 4 minutes and 28 seconds left to go.
Yep. Now they head up the middle again,
man.
People were looking for
Another
the ball.
fumble.
There may be another fumble. Springfield's got this one.
So there's a back-to-back fumble. And I think coming up on this one is number 44. Let's see if I can get this right at least once here tonight.
Well, you can't. They get down to the bottom of that pile.
You can't tell. And we're pretty far away.
Okay, pick a number.
I'm going to go with, hang on a second. I'm going to go. Jeez, I can't do it.
Well, somebody who hasn't done very
I
well
think it might be Stinnett. I think it might be Stinnett.
Give it to Stinnett, yeah.
Holy Toledo. That's back and forth. And where's the ball? Same spot. The 4-yard line.
Yeah, 4-yard line, and the backs are coming out, and it's like they're talking. Who wants to take the ball? Do you want it? No, you go ahead and take it this time.
Yeah. That's one thing to just observing, with Stevenson there, with running the ball.
Yes.
You got to keep that close to yourself, your elbow in, and be careful with it. But he's done a great job
What
this
he
year.
needs to do is watch this guy, Tavion Smoot. He wraps around the football. Now, I mean, they're going to get him here, but
oh, look at that. Here we go. And then I like what happened right here at the end. Number 5 coming in there, Stevens, to break up the nonsense from his players.
From the nonsense, yes.
And he just got there too late to stop it. And coming off the field is going to be number 54, and that's Christian Oakes. And you don't want to see that, but I was real impressed. Here we were talking about Stevens tucking the ball in, but he has the guts to go over there and tell his teammate, knock it off. We can't.
Did you see when he came over to the sideline? We're talking about Oakes. The coaches just throwing their arms up in the air like, why?
We talked about this since day one and since summer camp. We're not going to win games by doing those kind of silly penalties.
Ball at the
look at where it is.
5-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand.
Unless it was incidental or both of them. The offsetting probably.
Very well.
Offsetting for both of them.
Very well,
so
yes.
But top of your screen there, real classy move from Larry Stevens to come over and break that up.
Good for him.
He comes down at the bottom. Because coaches talk about that all the time. They'll say, this is how we've lost some momentum in games.
Instant highlights. What you need to go to is www.facebook.com/localtv4me. Instant highlights. The hottest teams, the biggest plays, and the winning drives, all in an instant. Not here, but somewhere else.
But on the Facebook. And tonight, it's a huge game over there at Kenton Ridge against Jonathan Alder, who's number 1. So click on that, click on this, and you'll be able to see all the updates as we get closer and closer to the end of this season. And you don't have to go anywhere else. You don't have to listen to anybody else. You can sit there and watch it.
Now, also keep in mind that the teams that could be the instant highlights who are going to be participating every Tuesday, go to the website, and it will tell you what that ball game is. All right?
Here we go.
Keep you informed because it's called Local. And we keep it local, and we keep it right up front just for you. Let's stay in touch. All right, what is it? I can't see across the field. Second down?
I'm going with Smoot. Nope.
No, well, coming this way. Head of steam. Taking the ball into the end zone once again is Jeff Taliber. 5th in the league in rushing, coming in with 466 yards. Adds to that and adds another touchdown to that. Look at this. Look at him turn on the Jets. Bam. And look at the block being thrown up front of him. And he's all over the field. Larry Stevens. He just, it's not the block where you crush the guy and throw him down. He stayed in front of him, would not let him get loose.
Just distracting.
And they won.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And got in the way, and you can't get around that. And by the time you do get around it or through it, it's all over with. It's already in the end zone.
Yost. Low snap from center. He gets the kick up. Oh, nice play.
That was real good. Real nice kick.
Yes.
So they must have been listening to me.
Yeah, I'm sure. They got little. Okay, now we're going to go back in time. They got little transistor radios in their ears.
They're checking. They're going, you know what? He has a point. We got to make those kicks.
3:48. Yeah, listen to Littell. 3:48 remaining in the first half. And what a homecoming first half it has been. 47-0. Look at the crowd. Look at the crowd. Can they be any happier?
Now, on homecoming, I'll be interested to see in the second half if they do get some of these young players that haven't played a whole lot in and out of this game.
I would.
Because you got to. If you win by 10, you still win the game.
It's a win.
You don't want to. If you look down at the schedules, there's only 4 more weeks left to go.
Yeah, because we'll be next week over at Shawnee.
Yeah, at the bottom of the screen here is for Springfield is Christian McMillan down here on the kickoff team.
Here comes Jost approaching the football. Nice. High end over end will be taken at the 11-yard line. Heading straight up the middle with the football and being greeted at about the 25 by everybody but one player. And it's going to be
number 23. Number 23 I talked to you about, Colton Hunker. He's a senior, and he was the one that got in there first.
He was right in there. He's coming off the field, yeah.
He got right in there, and I thought he was going to break that up, but that was he was on the outside. If you like racehorses, he was the closest on the rail, and he went from the rail to the other side and made a nice play.
Rail. All right, the ball's going to be down just shy of the 30. We'll call it the 27-yard line, where Beavercreek has to put a drive together. The first 2 ball games of the year, look out, lights out, and the last 3 have been not very well. Holy moly, where did the defense come from? It is swarming out there, and Beavercreek has absolutely nowhere to run with the football. And Gilbreth got out of there again, screaming in the air. We should have stopped him for more.
Yeah, now watch Tannett, number 11. He's going, darn it, I'm not even in on this play. He got blocked downfield out of your picture. Right there, you see him coming back going, hey, how'd that happen?
Well, how'd that happen? Come on, wait for me, guys.
He's going, what are you doing? And look at him next to number 44 there, who is a big kid there for Springfield. And he just towers over him. That's Tayden Harper. He's 6 foot.
We call it, call it, second down at about 20?
Yeah,
close to it.
Stinnet's 5'8", but boy, does he pack a punch tackling.
Here we go again.
Another pitch.
Not fake. Pitch to the far side.
Look at the closing
Trying
speed.
to find that corner and not being able to pick it up at all.
Nice closing speed. Getting across there is number 36 for Springfield. Doing what he should be doing. Dalian Bradley.
Bradley, nice job. Yes. So the clock rolls, Gary, with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this first half. And dare we say, it's all been Springfield as the ball is at the 29-yard line. We'll give them a couple yard pickup.
4 scores the first quarter and then 3 this quarter.
They've slowed up. In the quarterback, up underneath center, Nick Brown taking the time. The play clock is down to about 7 seconds, and now they finally got a play. Fake the pitch, here comes the rush, and nowhere to go. You know, that was an incomplete pass.
Intended for Culpepper.
Now, who was that, Larry Stevens?
Yeah, watch
he almost caught this to go the other way.
Well, look at
Watch this. Bam, yeah.
Breaking on the ball is number 5, and that's Larry Stevens.
Clock stopped with the incompletion. 1:58 remaining. Going back deep will be Wood and Stevens. And they'll be standing in their own territory at about the 45-yard line. And into punt is Nick Brown. Averages about 37 a kick. There's a nice kick. Coming down toward Wood, and he lets it go out of bounds. So that'll be at about the 40-yard line. And that's where Springfield will put it in play. First down and 10. Now they're marking it off, and they say the 44.
Yeah, I think that might have been Minnie that was almost in on the interception. And the reason I say so is because he's got those bright neon socks that are shoes that can kind of
you're right.
tell you the difference. But
I think
they both have the same body type, and the number is really hard to see.
Boy, these people have been with us a long time. Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons, every week with eyes on the officials. www.goeyesurgeon.com.
Great people over there. And
they are.
Anytime you have any eye issue, that's the only place you need to go. Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons.
Deshaun Smoot in the quarterback.
He's going deep.
Here comes that rocket of an arm, and he's got a man down there. Wood's got it. And he's going to go down to about the 11-yard line. James Wood coming into the ball game at 153 yards in receptions.
That's about a 55-yard pass here. Let's see where this is going from there, Lee. He's back about the 38.
Look at that arm. Look at that arm.
And that's going down to the 15-yard line.
And by the time they finally got him down, I think they're going to mark it at about the 11. First down and 10.
This half will be over before I do the math.
Wood sweeping the right side, trying to find an opening, not going to get one, and is going to be rudely handled on that far sideline and put down with 1:15, and the clock is rolling.
Big number 50, Seth Owens going in there. And at the bottom of that pile, getting up was Stevens, and I saw him over there. Is he okay? Let's see. He's
the timeout, or the clock is stopped right now. Play clock still rolling with 20 seconds.
That's going to be Wood that got up. No, coming to the sideline. Is this not Stevens?
That is Stevens.
That's what I just said. It's number 5. See, he's holding his arm, isn't he?
Maybe he got a stinger. And let's hope that's all it is.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on him down there on the sideline as he's talking to the umpire.
Anthony Brown set out to the right side. He came in.
He's talking to an official there. There he goes.
Deshaun Smoot awaits that snap. Looking, lob pass into the corner, got his man, and nice play defensively. Sticking his hand in there just in the right nick of time was Sean Carson.
Yeah, just a nice play from the defender going through there. He's 5'9", 150. Now watch him close on this. He's out of your screen now, but he'll come into it right there. It'll be man-to-man coverage, and he's right on him, and he just doesn't turn around, though, but gets that hand up and knocks the ball away.
In my day, that would be pass interference.
Yep.
But that's kind of changed.
Yeah,
Clock stopped.
And in the corner was Hannah Keller, official down there, so she had a pretty good look at it.
53 seconds remaining in this first half. Deshaun Smoot rolling to the right, trying to look for somebody. Got a man in the corner. Did he get it? It looks like touchdown Springfield. The official was sideways, and we couldn't really tell.
Let me see who he gets this ball to in the back.
Look at in the corner, Gary, in the corner, waving his hands, crazy.
No, even deeper coming across.
Much deeper. Trying to see who that was.
I think it's just. It's hard to tell. I cannot see it. Can't see it. Can't get a good shot of it. Pretty dark over in that corner.
It makes it 53-0. That's what it makes it. Waiting for the extra point. The officials.
Got a player down on the field there.
Okay. And getting up off of one knee, the holder, Dominic Turner. So 45 seconds remaining here in this first half. And for a homecoming, this has just been one whale of a homecoming for the Wildcats. Did we finally find out what number that was in the corner?
Yeah,
we couldn't see.
That's going to be Woods.
It was
Woods.
Okay. This kid's played a pretty good ball game as well. James Wood came in with 150.
It's the first of his career, Lee, that touchdown catch.
That's his first touchdown catch.
Yeah. Boy, did he make a nice catch.
He made a wonderful catch. And there were a couple of Wildcats just back in that corner, like Wood was coming across. And I think that might have been Larry Stevens just waving his hands. And Smoot saw him, threw it over there, and guess what? Touchdown.
Got to make this kick go through here.
This isn't bad for a quarterback.
Cole Yost.
Sophomore. Yeah, Yost.
A lot of leg. That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
so
a nice
with 45 seconds. I was going to say 45 minutes. Where am I at? With 45 seconds.
You're still in traffic.
It is a 54 first half points to none for Beavercreek.
And homecoming is kind of a treat to do that. And you can see the kicker's doing a good job. Look at Yost with his tee. He comes down here with the tee, and he's really.
Look at the fans there over there jumping out.
Yost has really gotten on himself, I think, about making these kicks because he knows how important they are. And when he misses them, he doesn't say, "Oh, shucks." I'm sure he's probably upset he misses those extra points, but.
And he blames nobody else but himself. He kind of goes, "Why?"
Yeah, and he's made them since then. So it's not going to matter tonight, but hopefully it won't matter down the road.
Well, they're just hoping they can get by week number 13 and get into it, and that means they'll be in the semifinals. But that's way ahead.
Don't look ahead. Look every game at a time.
Well, we can.
Yeah, one game at a time.
Ball bounces at about the 12, goes out of bounds.
He lucked out.
Yeah, and that's kind of good that he did have the patience to let it go out because now they're going to get the ball upfield as the flag was thrown with the out-of-bounds kick. So Beavercreek will get some pretty good field position with just 45 seconds remaining here in this first half. And, of course, the homecoming festivities that are going to be going on, we, of course, will try to give both of these ball clubs a chance to pick up $500 for their athletic department.
I don't think we've ever done it. We've never had two winners.
No, we haven't. We came close 2 weeks ago as the one went through and the other one was just a little bit low. Low and away.
Missed it by that much.
By that much. All right, it's 45 seconds, and that'll be it for the first half. And the way the rules read, it'll be a running clock in that second half.
Until it comes under 30,
under 30
points.
Yeah. Man coming in motion, giving the ball off. Kind of going sideways through that hole, and actually did nice, picking up a couple of yards. And I mean just a couple, maybe 4.
And they don't have to run a play and let this clock run out and not get anybody hurt.
Yeah. There's 35 seconds on the play clock and about 26 seconds left on the game clock.
So what's the difference, 7 seconds?
Oh, you are good. Oh, please, Lord, help me. Coming this way, quarterback, and will not pick up much. Maybe a yard for Nick Brown. And you know what? That is just about going to do it. Clock rolls down to 4 seconds, and that'll be it. With Springfield leading Beavercreek here at homecoming, 54-0. We'll be checking out some first half scoring and more right after this on the local TV for me, Sports Network.
You're watching the Hometown High School Football Game of the Week on WRCX Television, brought to you by our local Allstate agent, Jim Twiggs. Tonight's game is also being brought to you by the IH Credit Union, Los Mariachis Mexican Restaurant, and Springfield Clark CTC.
Although the world is ever-changing, the basic rhythms of life remain the same. One being people's passion to build families, communities, houses, businesses. But turning passion into reality is often challenging. For all of life's moments, count on Security National Bank.
Hi, I'm Wyatt Wilson. I'm a senior in the welding and fabrication program at Springfield Clark CTC. After I graduate, I'm going to pursue joining the Ironworkers Union. I'm already making a meaningful impact to the community by being a fabricator at a local weld shop, and all I had to do was commit.
Career opportunities make a meaningful impact today. For more information, visit www.scctc.org.
With Springfield's leading 54-0. What a homecoming for the Wildcats, shall we? Let's check out some of the scoring, Gary, in that first half.
Well, the very first score came at 11:39, and this is a guy that was leading the rock here. Tavion Smoot, number 21, comes in there with a 7-yard run, and that made it 6-0. The extra point was no good. And then at 8:29 of, again, the first quarter, you can see the quarterback making his calls there. And he looks back to pass, and who does he find? Minnie. And he did the toe touch, and he comes up at 8:29, and that makes it 13-0. Then the third score was Tavion Smoot again. He gets a short run of about 7 yards out, and he just plows his way in.
Oh, wow.
Nobody hits him. And then the last score coming up in the first quarter was Jeff Tolliver again, and this came at 3:26 as he goes around the left side, cuts back, puts his hand down, and goes in for the score, and that made it 27-0. This kick was up and good. Then in the second quarter, Bryce Walker gets a run, and he's going to just blast out here to the outside, and watch this block right below there. That just blew everything up. He had a free lane to the end zone, and he goes in there at 7:24, and that makes it 33-0. Next score coming around is Jeff Tolliver. He has a run to the outside, finds that hole that you talked about with a great block from Stevens, and he goes in at 5:31, and that made it 40-0. Not done yet. Jeff Tolliver, another run. It is not a replay, folks. It's the same side in the same hole. He goes right through that gap at 3:48. That makes it 47-0. We thought we were going to have 4 scores apiece, and they did. And in the bottom of the second quarter here, 45 seconds left to go. There's the catch, and a leaping catch by James Wood II. This is his first touchdown catch of this season, and at halftime it's 54-0.
Wow, 54-0, and it has been all homecoming for Springfield. Now, we're going to be coming back here at halftime with the Security National Bank's Throw for Dough from Springfield High School, right here on the local TV for me, Sports Network.